import pandas as PD. Now I'm going to get one CSV file, you take it and get it. One CSV file, you get it. So let us go to E colon and pandas here, data frame and the data sets. You take citizen dot, you take it, citizen dot or people's dot, whatever you take it. So that I'm going to take up. Go to this place. df is equal to PD dot read underscore CSV, read underscore CSV. I will go for what I will write it. Citizen dot what? CSV. I'll just write it. So here we are getting it. Here we are getting it. Something like double slashes I wrote it. In the print of what I'm writing, df. So we are getting the data like this. Now I want to get this data. How do I get this data now? Come on. How do I get the data? First approach is what? By using iter rows. So how do you get it? For, come on, for records in df dot iter rows. So there I will take it. Print of records. So you are going to get it. All these things, something like this, you are getting it. So here we are getting this 0 and we are getting the next values are like this, we are getting it. So here 1 and next we are going to get this data. Like that we are getting this 2 and like this we are getting it. This is a record by record we are getting it. In another way to get this data is something like this also you can say. So here I'm going to get it. I'll write it. Here I'm going to write it. Iter rows will supply index, comma what? REC values. I'm going to say REC values. Now I'll print it. Record index. There I will write it. Dot format of what index and index. There I'm going to write it. Records. Record values. Record value. I'll print it. Print of what? Record I can say. Or you can say adjacent to that only you can write it. So I can say this data. Dot format of what is this now? REC values. REC values I just want to print it. So here I'm getting two important things now. Try to get this data. So here try to run this. So where is it? REC. So try to run this code and see this carefully, students. Record index. And what are the values are coming? Record values. Are you seeing these record values? If you like it, you can just have like this also. \n you say. \n. What is happening here? Record index. And what is this now? Record values. Record index and record values we are getting it. Like that, all the records are coming. I think you are following me. So, iter rows will give you two parts. Like d dot items, dict dot what? Items. Like that. Here also, iter rows will give you two parts. One is record index plus what? Record values. Separately we are getting it. And these are the values which we are getting it. I think you are following me. This is one way of getting it. Second way I'm going to do it. Second way I'm going to take up. Print of df. This is my given data. Online students, are you following students? Iter rows is the one way which we got it. Second way I'm going to talk it. What is this dimension, students? What is the dimension? Come on. Right. So 2 dimension. So what is the shape? Dimension is 2D. Good. What is the shape? 10, comma 5. Good. So df dot shape 10, comma 5. What is the 10 represents? What is the 5 represents? Right, good. Now I'm going to use it. Now I'm going to use it. I can retrieve my data either based on what? Either based on what? Come on, fast. Based on rows or based on what? You can retrieve the data based on rows. You can retrieve the data based on what? Columns also you can get it. Based on rows you can get it. Based on what? Columns you can get it. Tell me. Now I want to go for getting the data based on rows. How many rows I am having? Starting from where? 0 to where? How do you get it? Come on, come on, come on. Sit this side. Why are you sitting that corner? Move this side. Daily I have to say, na? If I say one day, can't you adjust by yourself, my dear students? Well, let me see all your faces. Next, come on, come on. I want to print. How many rows are there? 10. How many? 10. Starting from where? 0. How do you know that 10 or 11 or something like? Because I'm getting in the shape. How do you get only 10? How do you get only 10? You tell me first. First of all, df dot shape is which type? Hmm? Huh? df dot shape is which type? Somebody is saying. df dot shape is which type? Tuple. df dot shape is which type? Tuple. Tuple. Type of like this. See that it is a tuple type. Okay. How do you get this 10? Moddu Babulu. You are only unable to say. Then outside people you take once. df of 0. It is a tuple, na? What is this 10th index? 0. What is the 5 index? So df of shape of 0, how much? 10. From where I want to display? 0 to 10. What I will write it? ఎట్లా సర్వైవ్ అవుతారా మీరు? df of what? 0 comma range of 0 comma df of what? 10. Now I will write it for what is this now? I and D in range of and print what here? For example, I and D. So what is the data coming? 0 to 9 coming or not? Okay. Now I will print what? What I will print it? Print off. I'll write it. This is my given data. There I am writing print of what? Record index. Record index. Dot format of what? IND. IND. Now I will print what? Record values I want to print. How do you print record values? How do you print record values? So under this is my data. So this is the values. If I print it, record value 0. Under that I want to print the data or not? I want to print the data. I want to print the data. See my data is made it ready. Then go. Then how do you print it? Under that, I want to print my record values. How do you print it? Uday Teja. Uday Teja is saying, come on, print of what? Record values. Record values. Saying that dot format of df dot loc of df of ind. df of what? Ind is saying like that. Is saying like that. What is that now? One more bracket. This is the one. This is the one. One more bracket. So here. Uday Teja, see your answer out of order. Your answer is out of order. Yes. Anybody else? In the camera. Come on. df dot loc. df dot loc of ind. Who is this? Poliboina, Srikanth is requesting to remove the control of your screen. Decline of I&D. That student want a screen recording. That's why that request will come. So already girls tried once. So see that. Got it. See the answer now. Got it or not? Record. CID values. All values are coming. All values are coming. This formula I was already explained or not? Already explained. This I was already explained. Location of what? Number. So it is very, very simple, students. Backslash n you say. Now you got it. This is another way we got it. Next, one more way I want to tell you. One more way I want to tell you. Same concept. Anybody else? Anybody else want to say what I'm writing now? ILOC. ILOC. What is the data you see? Am I getting ILOC or not? Yes. ILOC. LOC will take what? Index with a row index. Anything else? Anybody else? Anything else want to say? Come on. Of what are you writing? ILOC. What are you writing next? It is dot. What you are writing? Values you are saying. Values. Values you are saying. See that. Values. Are you getting or not? Already we discussed. Concept called what? Values. Values is an attribute or not? See how many ways. So see the beauty of this, students. Df dot ILOC of IND dot what? Values. Here already we discussed with this kind of thing we can do. ILOC of IND and what is this now? Also discussed it. LOC of IND also we discussed it. This is called iterating over what? Iterating over which concept? Data frame by using these many ways. I can write it what here? Values. So there I am getting it. Getting up? So how many ways are there to get my data? One is based on iter rows. One more is based on what? Indexes. Indexes means what? Row related indexes. Next what? Using what? Columns. Columns. Getting or not getting? Getting. So this is about how to get the data based on rows. Next. Online students. Is it clear for everybody? Is it clear for everybody? Respond. Now done. Print off what next? DF. Print off DF. Now I want to get based on what? Column names. Based on column names. Come on, how do you get it? How many columns are there? 5. How do you get the number of columns? DF dot what? Shape. Shape. How many columns are there? 5. 5. 5. How do you get the 5? Come on. DF dot shape of 1. Shape of 1. That will give you what? 5. 5. From where onwards I need to take? 0. Come on. What is the function name? Range of 0, comma, off like that. Are you following me? Come on fast. For I in range of, for I in range of, yes. Come on now. Print of what? I. What is coming? What is coming? Column numbers are coming. Column numbers are coming. Next, what I want? Come on. Columns I want. How do you get the columns? How do you get the column names? How do you get the column names? Right. One more way. One more way. DF dot. What is this now? Columns. DF dot columns. Am I getting columns or not? How do you get it? For C name. C name in where? DF dot columns. Print of what? C name. C name. Am I getting column names or not? Yes. Tell me now. How do you get that now? For C name in df dot columns. Next. What I should do now? I'm getting the columns or not? Column related values I want. How do I get it? Print off. Print off. So I will write it. Column name I'm getting. Anyhow, you have seen the column name. So tell me what should I do? df dot loc of huh? cname. Okay. cname. See that. cname. See that. What will happen? Without knowing anything, simply saying that. So you are getting what error? CAD. So come on. Anybody else? So colon, comma, I wrote it. So see that we got it what? What we are getting? Column names we are getting. Column names we are getting. What is this column name? What is this column name? CID column name. Next is what name is coming? Column name is column. C name value is coming. Next is called like that one by one is coming. Are you following that? But I need to get it what? What I need to get it? Come on. All values I need to get it or not? How do I get this now? Any change in that? Any change in that? Come on, fast. How do I get this? How do I get this? So this is one way to get these things. We are going to use what here? All the, what this indicates? Rows of what? First column. All the rows of that. Next I'm going to get it what? CAD. All of them are coming. Now my interest is what? For that column name, we are getting that. For next column name also I want or not? So how do you get it now? How do I get it now? We are getting it. All CIDs are coming. All names are coming. Everything is showing now. This is one other way. Another way of getting is what? Look at this now. One more way. For I in range of 1 comma 1 comma 0 comma 0 comma df dot what? Shape of what? 1. Shape of 1. Under that what I want? What I want now? Record column number. Column number. What the column number is printed? I. For that column number, what I want? Column names. Column names. How do I get the column names? Come on. For that column, it is going to come. If I print it, print of what? df dot ILOC of what I can say? I. What is happening because of that? All values are coming or not? 0th column, values are coming. First one, all values are coming. Second column number, values are coming. Third column number, values are coming. Fourth column, all values are coming. This is for which record? This is for what? All the people's record is coming or not? Like that, you need to take about what values here? df dot column number. ILOC is going to come. Like that, you need to go for printing the data. How many ways are there to iterate my data frame? Two ways. One is based on row index. One more is column index plus column names also you can take it. And already one general solution I said. What is that general solution? What is the general solution? Iter rows concept. So here I'll show you one concept which is now I just want to show you. I want to show you iter rows. I prepared a small document for you. You try to understand. So iter over rows and columns of what? Data frame. This is my data list of values. Pandas has PD. Observe it. I took a big file called what? CSV file. You can also take this data. Employee. What is this now? One tuple, another tuple, another tuple. Like that tuples I took it. These are all called what? List of tuples. That you know already. In the beginning days only we say. Create an object of what? Data frame. DF is equal to PD dot data frame of what? Employee. That means this one. Comma what? Columns. ID. 11, 12, 13 are called ID. And Jock, Riti, Adi, Mohit, Veena, Shashank, Sean is called what? Name. And their ages are available. Sydney, Delhi, New York is called what? City. Their 5, 7, 11, etc. are called what? Their experience. And the index also I am going to give you like this. If you want, I can show you this part also for you. This part also as a continuation of it. Second example, example number 2. Example number 2. Try to see students. Try to run it. So here, this is my data. IDs are available and indexes are available. But when you go to our CSV file is not going to be 1 or 2 or no, some lakhs of values will be there. And it need not to give the index values here because it's a limited values I'm taking. That's why we are getting it as what? A, B, C, D, E, F, H I have. Are able to follow? So this is called which one? Couples of records. Converted into what? Data frame object. This data, I want to convert it into what? Iterating the data. Now I gave the example also. So this data frame has 7 rows and 5 columns. Let's see how to iterate over this data frame. Iterate over rows of data frame by index labels. That means I want to iterate these rows. Iterate these rows by using what? Row labels. Row labels. What are the row labels now? Row labels are nothing but what? Index labels. What are the index labels? A, B, C, D, E. I already said to you. In Pandas data frame class provides what function? Iter rows. Come on, students. It yields an iterator that can be used to loop over all the rows of data frame. For each of the row, it returns tuple, which contains index label already printed, plus row content as a series object. From the series object, we can use values attribute to get the row values as numpy array. See that directly. Df dot rows, I'm getting index as well as what? Records. Index as well as records that I already printed in the beginning only. Here I just already mentioned it. In the beginning only I mentioned it. Here. Where is it? Here I mentioned it. In this case, index comma what? REC values. Are you getting R? Like that. That only. We are getting that only here. So coming to this place, how do I get it? Df dot iter rows index label comma row series. I'm printing index label. The row content as numpy array. This is printed like this. So let us get these things now. As usually, if you want, you can copy over here. Now I'm going to write it. So see this data. We are getting a row index label A and I'm getting the value like this. Getting up? So this is B. I'm getting this end array. C, each index label and then whose records are going to come. This is one approach. So I'm printing the output also over here. Next, the second one is iterate over rows of data frame by using what? Index positions. These are by using what? Label A, B, C, etc. Now I'm going to use it by using index positions. 0 also will be there. 0, 1, 2, 3 like. How do you write it? Now I already printed for you students. For I in range of what students? 0, comma, shape of 0 will give you what? Number of rows. Already also discussed. Row index and a content of that. Df dot ILOC dot what? Values. You can write a df dot LOC dot values. You can write a df dot ILOC of just I you can write. LOC of I you can write 4 ways I shown you. And here I'm printing this way. So go for this way also. Here I'm going to write it. Another way of doing this is the data. We got it. Same output. 0th index, same. First index, this is a way. I think the concept behind that you already understood. Next, another way you see students getting all the zeros indexes printed and whose corresponding values printed. Row content of NumPy. Here we looped through all the rows of data frame by using index positions. So here we did the data of this data frame either by using index labels or by using index values. What are the index values? 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Now I am going to talk about what? Iterate over by using column names, column indices. Column names, these things, ID, name, etc. Column indices, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting or not? No more confusion, students. Coming to the point of it here. Iterate over columns of data frame by using column names. In PANDAS, data frame provides an attributes called columns, which gives sequence of column names. We can iterate over these column names. And for each column label, we can select column content as series object and use subscript operator. The series object uses value attribute to get the column values as NumPy array. Example. Come on. For column in where df dot columns, df of what column, you are getting what value? Series object. And we are printing the column name as well as that value also we are printing. Are you following? df of column name. Already in data frame of column name you can write it. Already in formula sheet it is completed. So get this data, go to this place, iterate over a column names, same result will be coming. What is the column name? ID. All IDs are printed. There I printed what? Vertical I printed one by one. Here name. All the names are printed or not? What this is called? A series object applied on that values, giving you what? ND array object. Again, ages. Again, Sydney. Again, we are getting experiences like that. This is based on what names? Column names. Now, next I want what? Column IDs I want. Column indices I want. How do I get a column indices? Shape of what? 1. Shape of 1 will give you what? Columns. 0 to that columns. Easy. Iterate over the columns of data frame by using column numbers. How do you do that? Get the total column count of the data frame. Loop over 0 to n, where stands for what? Number of columns. Select each column by index and pass to whom? ILOC or LOC and get the data. What is this now? 0. DF of shape of what? 1. Shape of 1. I in range of that. Printer. Column number or position is called what? I. What is printed? Column indices will print. And how do you get that thing? DF dot ILOC colon. What is the colon? Starting row, ending row of that particular column. Values of that dot what? Values. If I don't write values, vertically values will print. If I say values, it will be getting ND array will be coming. I am printing that. Column content I am printing. Column position already you printed. Column content I am printing it. It is very, very easy. So let us copy this data. Let us copy this data. Here I am going to write it. Print this data, students. Column number is 0. Column content is this one. 1. All the names. 2. All the things. Like how earlier we are getting names. Here column indices whose values are coming. Very, very important. So tell me all over the together, how many ways are there to get my data? 5 ways. One is iter rows. Number 1, that is you remember. Number 2, row. In row, how many ways? 2. Row names, row indices. Next, column names, column indices. How do you know number of rows? Shape. Shape of row will give you what? Rows. Shape of 1 will give you what? You know how to use range function. Simple. Okay, na? So online students, I hope it is more clear. This I will update for you. Important, important students. This I will go for it. Students, I think it is more clear for you. Next, I'll go to one more concept. I will take it. One more concept. And yesterday, and of course, it is immaterial and you will easily understand. Here I am getting data frame. And just 1 minute, I want to tell about print of DF students. Here I got it. Are you following? Now I want to find out Sydney group, Delhi group, and next is what? New York group, like that. Sydney, Delhi. How many people are there in Delhi? 3. And Sydney is only one member. New York is one member. Mumbai is called one member. Colombo. Like the different states are there. I can group by based on what? City. I can group by based on what? Experience. I may group by based on what? Age groups. But I cannot group by on what? Name and ID. So wherever there is a duplicate value chance is there I can group it. Other than that, I cannot group it. Right? I will explain. That is a very important. Group by concept is what? Group by transformation, group by filtration. I will explain that kind of thing as a second part in the next class only. I will tell you. Right now, don't worry about it. Now I am going to talk about one more concept I want to take. What is the next concept? Dealing with missing values. It is also one of the most important in our data analysis. What do you mean by missing value? First, you tell me missing value means what? None. Suppose I am taking your details, your name, your ID, your date of birth, your address, like that. Unfortunately, you forget your address. So you give everything, but you forget to give your address. What I will write over there? np.nan I will write it. Like this, somebody forget their date of birth. Address also forget. What I will write there? np.nan I will write it. So whichever value you are forgetting, I will write what? Nan. np.nan you are writing. You can also write none also you can write. None. Python level. None is a data type. So how to find in my example, what will be the values are found? You take it, take this example once and try to go for it. So let me go for it. Iterate over data frame. This is a concept that I will send. Let me take one more example here. So I'm taking one value here. Take care. I'm taking import numpy as np. There I would like to take a is equal to np dot array of take care 10 comma 20 comma np dot what? Nan I am taking. I am taking one more kind of thing. 30 np dot what I am taking? nan comma 40 I am taking. Next I am going to take it np dot nan np dot nan I am taking nan comma some 60 I am taking. This is my data. This is my data. Print of what here? A. Type of A. So this is my given data, students. Are you following? Now, this data, nan is which type? Float type. I already said to you, nan is which type? That I already mentioned it. So type of what? np dot nan. So it is called what? Float type. That I can convert into any of my own choice by using a function called as type. One function is that I will tell you. So today I'm converting this ND array into what? Data frame. Convert ND array object into data frame. How do you convert it? Data frame. By using df is equal to pd dot data frame of A. Data frame of A. Print of what? df. So we are going to get it pd dot. So I hope it is not imported. Import what here? pandas dot, pandas says what? PD, and try to run it. So I'm getting the data something like this. Are you following? So I'm going to get it. Default indices are coming 0, 1, 2. Default columns are coming. That is like this. Now I want to find out. These are called missing values. Missing values are very danger. Missing values are very danger. 10 plus 20 plus nan, it will give you what? Nan only. So any value is added to nan or multiplying with nan, it is going to give you nan. So nan is very danger in the data analysis. So that the nan has to substitute with what? 0 or 0.0, some value, whatever you like it. So how can I find that? How can I recognize the nans which are present in my data frame? So there are two functions are available. Two functions. What is that now? Is now. Is now. One more is available. Yes, there is one more is available. Is null. Is now. And the next is what? Is null. This will do what? Generate a Boolean array. Boolean array. So wherever there is a nan is there, that will give you true. Wherever there is a nan is there, true will come. Wherever there is a non-zero is there, that will give you what value? False will be given. By what functions? Is now and is null. Are you following? So let us apply used to find which values? Nan values. Nan values. Come on, apply. Apply. Df dot is now. Df dot is now. Is now. It is a Boolean. It is a Boolean is coming. So where is that? It is a nan. It is going to be true. It is also nan and this is also nan. True and true is coming. Here nan is there. It is also printed as what? True. I hope you are following. Next, print. What is that? Df you say, and how to print the null value here? Df dot what again? Is null. I will write is null. This will also will give you the same answer. Are you able to follow? To find the number of null values, as I already said to you, this is a Boolean array. You say what here? Dot what you can say? Sum. You can find the number of null values. That means in 0th row, what we are having? One null value is available. In second thing, one is available. Second, where is it? In second place, in second row, 0, 1, 2. What is coming here? 0 place how many? 1. Next, in maybe it is giving in the column format, it is giving column format. Yes. In this place, it is going to give you what? 1 nan. And in this place, how many are there? 2 are there. In this place, it is going to give you 1. That is what it is going to give you. Are you following? Yes. Now I'm going to take about same to same. I can find even called what? Is null also going to give you the same thing. Is null also give you the same mechanism, I think so. So I can find a number of null values by using like this. There is one more function, students. What is that now? Df. In this place, not null values I want to count. Not null. Is null will consider what? Null value. That is a nan values. I want to measure what value? Not null. Not null. It is not null. No, not null. Simply it is called not null. Used to find what values? Used to find not null values. Not null values. How do you find it? Df dot. What is this now? Not null. So this will give you what? True, 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 and true, and true. And rest of them are going to give you what? So see, students, here true, that is indicating 10, 20. It is called a true, true. And this is called what? True. And this 40, 60 is called a true, true. And rest of them are going to be called what? False. And if I go to this place, if I apply the same mechanism, here I am going to write it. Sum, if I say, you are going to get In zeroth column, two not null values are available. In first place, there is one not null value. And in second one, we are having what? Two more things are available. This is about finding what? Come on. Yes. Now I'm going to take up. I want to replace the nan values with what? 0. There is a function name called what? Replace. What is the function name? Replace. Say once. What you are replacing? Nan value with our own value. Nan value with our own value. So how do you deal with the missing values? They will ask. To deal with missing values, what's the first thing? How to find null values? Nan values. Null values is nothing but null value. Nan also, null values also called missing values only. To find out that, to recognize that two functions is now and one more is null. I can find how many are available. To find out the nan values, there is a function called what? Not null. That also will give you sum and all those things you can find. Are you able to follow? To replace nan values with our own values, there is a function name called, come on. Yes, that I'll show you. And one more is, suppose you want to remove nan values. Nan value removing means what? You print df, you say students. Print df. This is my data. This is my data. This is my data. Now I want to go for df of 3 is equal to df of 3 is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30. I am saying 30. I am saying print of what? df. So this is added. Where is that now? 3. Is it added or not? 10 comma 20 comma 30. It is added as a column here. Now students, carefully follow. I want to remove the nan values related. Nan value related, I want to go for it. Are you following? How to remove the nan values? To remove the nan values, it removes. If any row is there, that will remove. If any column is there, that will be removed. There is a function name called what? Drop now. What is the function name? Drop now. df dot drop now. Drop now. Drop now means drop nan values. So that will drop. If nan is present in that, that will remove. Plus this nan also will remove completely. So I can remove nan values by using which function? Drop now. So what are the functions deals with nan values? Is now, is null, is not null, no, not null, and one more is drop now and replace. These are the most important functions dealing with what? Missing values. So let me show you a small documentation which I prepared for you. Working with missing data. Carefully try to read out all of you. Come on now. Quickly try to answer it now, students. Start with this. Missing data can occur when no information is provided for one or more items or for a whole unit. Missing data is a very big problem in real type scenario. Missing data can also refer to as NA. NA stands for what? Not available values in PANDAS. NA means not applicable. Are you following? When you are taking an admission into some engineering college, if it is only women's college, boys, they will write NA. What is that NA? Not applicable. General English words, that is. Checking for missing values using is now, is null, not null. In order to check missing values in PANDAS data frame, we use a function is now, is null, not null. These functions help in checking whether the value is nan or not. These functions can also be used in PANDAS series in order to find null values in series also. So let us go for taking this data. Let us go for taking this data. What is this data? Dict of list. First score and second score and then next third score. Are you able to follow? It is called what? A dictionary. Key and then what? Value. And then key and then value. You know already in our Python classes. Dictionary in dictionary. Complex dictionaries concept explained or not? Dictionary in dictionary. Dictionary in set. List in dictionary. So much things explained. Convert the dictionary into what? Data frame. Data frame. Go to this place. Now I'm trying to show you this now. Getting this data. Here, another example I'm going to talk about it. Example 2. That you paste it here in the form of a coding point I'm giving. You try to print it. Try to print it. Print of DF. So you are going to get what? First score, second score, third score. First score value. In this place, one nan is there. In this place, no nan is available. In another place, there is one nan. In another place, there is one more nan. This is only not containing nan. Able to follow? Now, a dictionary converted into data frame. Dictionary converted into what? Data frame. Carefully take it. Use what function? Null. Is null. Come on, what is this now? Finding null value. How are you finding the null values now? So let us is null. Already you know. So already what is happening? It is going to give first score. First score. What is containing? This is called false, false, false. Here only what is available? True. Here in this case you see last it is called what? True. Here also first is only true. Rest of them what? False. Same thing you can use what also? Is now. Is now. See the description at the same time. You are getting the output also I am showing. Are you following, students? Go to the next. Is now. Is now. So I'm saying is now. Also will give you what? Same answer is coming or not? Now, how do you replace this nan value? How do you replace nan value with your own value which is given to you? So there are two things are there. What is that now? Replace. And one more function also I mentioned. What is that? Fill now. What is the fill now? Fill the value for nan. And so easy methods to remember. Come on, start. In order to fill null values in data sets, we use a fill now. Replace function. This function replaces. This function replaces. What? Nan values with some value on their own. All these functions help in filling null values in data sets of data frame. See students, interpolate. Do you know interpolation in coordinate geometry? Do you know interpolation in coordinate geometry? You know. Okay, stand up. Mean median is what? That is called interpolation now. That is called median. So, do you know or not? Do you know now? You don't know now? Don't know. That you leave it. Don't worry. I will remove from these notes. Why? Because if I talk about interpolation, again I have to explain about almost 2 hours I have to explain. Interpolation. If you don't know, if I do experiment on this dumb student, waste, time waste. And by not knowing interpolate, nothing will happen to you. Fill now, and then what? Replace if you know more than enough. Dear students, and don't worry when I am removing this. Not necessary to use. That's why I'm removing. Actually, in every time, if you don't know, I used to explain. But in this case, if you don't know, if I move forward, problem. Because 2.5 hours I have to explain, it's time waste. So, come on to the point of it. Yes, Shahid. That is like that only. Filling the values, filling the nan values with interpolate is also filling nan values with what? Our own values. Already what is the functions are available? So why unnecessary to worry about unknown thing? Correct or not? That's what I'm saying that. Be happy with what? Fill now. And then next is what? Yes. So you don't feel it. Sir did not explain. Whatever I explained, you read well, job will come. You will worry about all unknown things. Grapes are there and you are jumping there to take the grapes. After taking grape and eating, It's not sweet. It is something different. Why unnecessary? Whatever is there, you be happy. Read that. It is more than enough. Come on, fill now. And then what? Replace. How simple it is. Go to that place. Dictionary. How easy, students? DF dot what? Fill now. Of what? Wherever nan value is available. Filled with what? 0. Or what is the next? DF dot replace in the bracket. 2 underscore replace. What? NP dot nan. What is this now? Value is equal to 0. Either you go for fill now or you go for df dot replace fill underscore to replace np dot nan. Substitute with what value? 0. So wherever there is a nan value is there, filled with what? 0.0. Why 0.0? Because the nan is called float value. That's why. Able to get it? So coming to this place, here I am going to write it. Here I am going to write it. Under this, I am saying here, print a df, print a df, print a df. So here I will just write it. Data frame with what values? Data frame with what values? Nan values. Nan values. So print it. This is a nan values printed. So done. Now I will say this is my nan values are available. Next I want to fill with what values? I want to fill with my own values. How do you fill with your own values? That is the point here. So now I am going to say, df dot what? Fill now. Of what value? 0. 0. After filling that, print of what? df. df. Data frame. Data frame with what? Data frame with what? So here I am writing data frame without nan values. Nan values. Filled with what value? 0. So you are going to get it. This is with what happens here? Data frame object has no FILL. FILL. So here I'm going to get it with what values? There is still nan is there. What happens? Fill now. Okay. Do you understand the problem? Problem is df dot fill now. I will write it. I won't write this part. You see, students, I hope you will understand. Here I will write it. Output will come. See that carefully. Is it nan is coming? Still nan is coming. It is not coming. You do what? Is equal to df you write it. It is filled and then modified value I am keeping in where? df. Are you getting? It is modified and modified value kept in where? df. You print the df. Print of what? df. Print of df. So you are getting what value? 0 0.0, 0 0.0, 0 0.0. I think you are following. So you can try with what? df is equal to what is this now? Comma in place. I am just trying for it. In place is equal to true. You do all the experiments. Nothing will happen. Are you getting or not? This is also one more way. Getting up? So this is a way. Try to keep in mind. One more also is available. What is the next way, students? Replace function is also there. Replace function. So see that replace function. Here I will keep comment. Here I will keep comment. Here you remove it. Beginning, you try to remove this data. So here also try to keep this data here and try to see. And in place of that, you're having nan values. Now I will go for what? Replace. This I will write it. This I will write it. It's not only the value you are placing it. You can insert your own value. What you can say, for example, 0.5, 0.5, np.nan place, you are writing it. And I'm writing in place is equal to what you are saying, for example, true. In place is equal to true. And you try to say what? df. df you say. So you are going to get it, I think so. 0.5 filled or not? 0.5 filled. It is your own value. You can print it. Getting up? So in place is equal to, this is another mechanism to deal with what values? Replacing non-values. Compulsory question. Dealing missing values is a big concept. So go to the next. So fill now or this one. Dropping what values? Missing values using drop now. Already you have done. In order to drop null values from data frame, we used what drop now function. This drop, this function drop rows and columns of data frame with what null values in different way. So this is my data. This is my data. Some nans are there. Some data frame is available. First is this one, and we can drop rows at least one nan value, null value, and here, except one thing, rest of them are containing the data or not. So that I want to do it. How do I go for it? Dropping the values. Go for creating it. Go for creating it. Here I'm going to write it. Print the data. Now you go for what? Drop the rows or columns which contains nan. Null values are nan values. What is the function name now? df dot no, drop now. Drop now of what I can say. That's all. In place is equal to what I can say. True. In place is equal to true. And print of what now? df. What is printed? Only the third one, which does not contain nan values. Are you getting? So this is what we are going to call it as dropping the values. Clear or not clear? So what are the functions you got it? Dealing with missing values. Is now, is null, not null, fill now, replace, and drop now. These are the values dealing with missing values. Understand? Fine. So if I go to Google Play Store application, there is some nan is mentioning, nan is mentioning. That nan I want to add some value to somebody. What I will do? That drop wherever there is a nan is there. Replace value. Replace with what value? 0. 0 adding with something is becoming same value only now. So like that, I have to substitute. Very, very important concept, students. So this is related to the concept of dealing with which values? Missing values. So already we discussed what concept? Iterating the rows and columns in data frame. And next I'm going to talk about renaming the column names. Renaming the column names. What is the meaning of renaming column names? You print of what? df. What is this now? First score, second score, third score, and fourth score. This I want to go for changing it. Column names also you can change it because this is also one interview based question. Can I change the column names? You can happily change it. You can happily change it. How I will change it, I am going to show you. Next, indexes also will be there. Previously, these are the indexes or not? A, B, C, D are called indexes or not? ID, name, age, city, experience are called what? Columns. I can change it to what? SNO, student number, student name, student age, student city, and student experience, or employee ID, employee name, employee age, like that I can change. I can change it to what? Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4 also I can go for changing it. This is known as what? Changing the column names and changing the row labels. Row labels. Are you getting? So by default, whenever I create a data frame, what will be coming? Come on, guys. So here it is going to be called what? Missing values. Dealing with which values? Missing values. Dealing with missing values. This we will send it to you. Next, you go to this place and take this data. How you can take it, this data? You take your value once. Here you take this value once. Here I'm going to take the data here. So take this value once I will. Go to this place, beginning. Here, of course, these are data. It is mentioning in the form of tuples. Where is it? Yes, this data you take it once. This employee data you take it once. Here you try to take up. I don't take that many. I'll just take like this. I'll take like this. Okay. Now this is going to be called what? Some values. List of tuple site converted. Convert into what? DF. DF is equal to PD dot data frame of what here? Employee. Employee. Correct? Print of what? Employees. Yes. Print of what? DF. DF. What is coming here? What happens? Employees not defined. EMPLOYES. Okay. So employees. What is this now? What these are all called? Row indices. What these are all called? So now I want to go for what? How do you give it now? Index is equal to what? A, comma what? B, comma what? C, and then what? D, and then D. Then D. How many? 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Next I can give you what? Columns. Columns is equal to ID, and next is called what? Name. Name. Next is called age. Next is called what? City. City. Next is called what? Experience. I can give like this. And then you do it. Then you try to do it. So is this a way to give our own names or not? Later I want to rename. There is a function called what? Rename. Df dot rename. If I say columns, columns will come. If I say index, index can be done. What is the function name? First of all, rename. In the rename, it will take what? Columns. Old column name, new column name. Old column name, new column name. If I take index, old index, new index, old index, new index. Like that, I need to mention it. Let me go to the concept of pandas data frame rename concept. I'm going to take up rename concept. By using this method, by using rename method, we can change or alter, change the access labels. Example you see directly. Example, alter the label of data frame in pandas. Here, using data frame dot rename method or function, we can change the name of the column. We can also specify in which axis we are altering using access parameter. You already know access 0, access 1. Come on, importing pandas as PD, creating a data frame. What is my data frame? df pd dot data frame of A, list of values, B, list of values, C, list of values. Data frame, I am printing df, and I'm going to rename. What is this? A will be with what? Small a. B will be with what? Small b. C will be with what? C. And what I'm mentioning? Columns is equal to. Original data frame is printed here, students. After renaming also, I am printing it. I am renaming it also. After renaming also printing. So here, I'll just take this data and I'll try to paste it over here. So here, you see students, it is going to print original data frame. For a minute, you see, original data frame is printed. This is a data frame ABC with a 0, 1, 2. The old things will be with the new things I want. What is this now? DF. Of what? Rename. Columns of. Print it. And you are going to get it. The data. Data frame is already done. And it is renamed with what? Small ABC. Able to get it or not? So, what is the function I am using? Rename of. Columns is equal to capital A with this. Capital B with this. Like this. Suppose if it is there. ID, name, AG, etc. Can you rename it? How do you rename it? So if you come to this place, here, in this place, original data frame is printed. Print off what I should do? Rename it. How do you rename it? Come on. You go for what? See the function name. See the function name first of all and try to rename it. See this function name. Go to this place, df dot rename columns. What is my column names? What is that already available? ID, name, age, like that. Come on, what is this now? ID. Say what here? Something ENO. ENO. Next is what? Name. Name. I will take it what? EMP name. EMP name. Next. Come on. Age. Age. I will take it as age. Now I take it as EMP age. EMP age. Next what? Come on. City. City. See that EMP city, for example. Next. Experience. Experience. Colon. What? EMP experience, for example. These are the things. Colon. Yes. Colon. You need to give colons. So this part, this is the dictionary, and put it into this place and say print off. Directly you try to use it. So we are going to get it. This are old things and this is going to become new things. I think you are following me. So students, it is done. Next it is going to contain A, B, C, D, similar. I'll go to this place. Come on. Alter label using data frame using rename. Same rename. See the example below. A, all these things. Data frame. Come on, what is this now? Rename. What we used earlier here, columns. Refers to what? Column indices. Next here I am using what? df dot rename index. What is the default index? Already our code is containing for the previous 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. That I am going to take index 1, index 2, index 3. So go to the place here, index 0 colon what? Index 1. First index, index 2, 2, index 3. And close this part. Now I'm going to take up this data. Now I'm going to take up this data. Here I'm going to paste it. So it is going to give you what? ABC 0, 1, 2 here. And I'm going to take it what? Index 1, index 2, index 3. Are you following me? Similarly, our example, if you want to take it, up to here you take it. Up to here you take it. Here I'm going to take up. In this case, we are having what? ABCD here. Now I need to go for what? Changing this. How do you do these changes now? Same thing. Whatever you have done, index is the main important. You carry this entire thing and mention now. In this case, you try to carry this now. You put it here across, and old one also you try to carry. This you try to put it across. So here you try to say index. What is this now? A. A. A you write it. I am writing A. Say what? Row 1. Say row 1. Next is called what? B. Say what here? Row 2. Row 2. Next is C. C colon. Row 3. Row 3. Next D. Say D. I'll say what now? Row 4. Row 4. So now you try to print it. Is it okay?